Andrew Rogers welcomes you back to Anderson, South Carolina, as Carson-Newman baseball tries to sweep Anderson, and the Eagles will try to win back-to-back road conference series and do it in sweep fashion. The Eagles won the first game of the day and the second of the series to secure the series behind a 5-4 victory where Blake Cooper gets his first win of the year, tossing 2 1/3 innings of scoreless baseball. Eli Norris gets his 7th save, and Carson-Newman held off Anderson's 2 runs. They were able to score in innings 7 and 8 to win 5-4 in the first game of the Twin Bill, and now it's time for Anderson starting pitcher Walker Case to toe the rubber for the 7th time this season. The senior right-hander this year with a 6.23 earned run average over his 6 starts that have gone 26 total innings, 24 strikeouts and just 8 walks, but opponents this season are hitting .327 off the right-handers. So Walker Case is the starting pitcher for Anderson against this Carson-Newman starting 9. The lineup is very similar. There is 2 changes from the first 2 games of the series. Braxton Smith slots in as Carson-Newman's left fielder in the 7th spot of the batting order, while Frankie Delgado is going to be the catcher today for Carson-Newman in the series finale. He bats 8th, with Trey Miller going 9th for Carson-Newman. Ryan Jenkins, Spencer Williams, Logan Floyd are due up to lead off the top half of the first inning for Carson-Newman, that is angling for its 2nd straight series sweep in conference play on the road this season. Eagles and Trojans, game 3 of the series. And we are moments away from getting this series finale underway. Certainly, it's always scheduled for a 4 o'clock start, about 3 hours prior after the first game of the doubleheader. Not the case here. We will start about 17 to 18 minutes after 4 o'clock here in Anderson, South Carolina on this March 22nd. Walker Case is on the rubber. He gets ready to go into his windup. He brings the glove to his mouth and fires in a pitch that Jenkins drives to straightaway center field. First pitch swinging. He sends the center fielder back and Stover, and he makes the catch for the first out. So it didn't take long. Carson-Newman whacks at the first pitch, and Jenkins flies out
Spencer Williams
to start the inning. And start the final game of the series. We'll set the Anderson defense after Williams is at bat. Couple of changes for them as well. Normally you do see a second catcher start that third game, and rarely do you see the same catcher catch both games of a doubleheader, as Williams shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 1 inside. Spencer Williams, 2 hits, 2 RBI in the 5-4 win earlier today. 4 hits now in the series, back-to-back multi-hit games in the series. And now faces Walker Case, who gets into his windup, and the 1-0 home is a high fastball elevated for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on Carson-Newman's right fielder, Spencer Williams. Case has got the sign from his catcher, Hudson Wilson, and the 2-0 home. Williams shows bunt again and takes high on the fastball. It is 3-0. Nice start to the at-bat here for Spencer Williams. Here is the 3-0 wind and the offering from Case. It's an inside fastball, ball 4. 4-pitch walk, and the Eagles have their first base runner on Walker Case's 9th walk of the year. An opportunity for Carson-Newman here in the first inning. To strike first with Logan Floyd at the plate. Fine series for Floyd so far this weekend, as he stands in for the first time of game 2 and rips one to right field. Back goes the right fielder to the warning track. He'll stop there and make the catch. That is Harrison backtracking to make the catch. Long fly out for the second out of the inning. Here steps Tanner Kilgore. Rest of the outfield, Shane Thomas came on as a pinch runner on Friday. He's the left fielder. Zach Stover, Braden Harrison make up the center and right fields. Kyle Kakamis is back at second base with The first baseman in this game being Braden Owens. He was the left fielder the first two games. Molina Rowley and Morrow are at short and third, and as we mentioned, Hudson Wilson is the catcher for Walker Case, who has 2 outs in the first inning as they pick to first base, and picked off is Williams. Nice move by Walker Case. That's the second time Carson-Newman's been picked off. It's a 1-3 pickoff attempt for the final out of the inning. Carson-Newman able to get a base runner, but Williams picked off, and Walker Case faces the minimum in the first. Eagles scoreless after the top half of the first, and to the mound goes Colton Kaysen in the series finale. More on the freshman when we come back to Anderson, South Carolina.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Colton Kaysen is Carson-Newman's starting pitcher in the series finale, the usual 7-inning guy for the Eagles in his rookie campaign that has been unbelievable this season. He has been spectacular through his first 7 career starts. When you hear these numbers, you'll think they're video game numbers. For the freshman from Benton, Tennessee, 7 career starts, 7 wins. He's got the most wins nationally in Division II, 2.49 earned run average with 3 complete games, including 2 straight, 43 and a third innings, 40 strikeouts to 10 walks, and opponents are hitting a .192 against the freshman from Benton High School and Polk County High School. So it's Colton Kaysen for Carson-Newman here in the series finale. The Eagles arguably turning to their ace in the finale. First pitch inside from Colton Kaysen to begin the first frame for ball 1. He has pitched twice on the road this year. At Newberry, at Limestone, he threw complete games at both of them. Ground ball to short. Routine play for Ryan Jenkins. He fields and throws out the leadoff hitter Braden Harrison to start the game, or start the bottom half of Anderson's first inning. And in steps Kyle Kakamies. Zach Stover also due up in this frame. Brooks Morrow hits in the cleanup spot. Ben Bullard is the DH. He continues to hit in the 5 spot of this Anderson order. Braden Owens was 6th, or is 6th in the order, 8th in the first 2 games. Wilson Thomas and Molina Rowley round out the rest of the order as Kakamies fouls this pitch back for strike 1. Couple of changes for the Trojans and the Eagles here in this series finale as Kaysen winds and his 0-1 offerings. A swing and a miss on a breaking ball into the dirt. Blocked by Frankie Delgado. Strike 2. Kaysen's got the sign quickly from Delgado. Pitch clock down to 10 as he winds and delivers the 0-2 offering. A swing and a miss on an inside slider. Strike 3. 3 pitches and a strikeout for Colton Kaysen. That's his 41st of the year. And there's quickly 2 away on 4 pitches here in this first inning. Rather, 5 pitches in this first inning. In steps Zach Stover for Anderson. He sees the first pitch come across on the outside corner. It was a slider outside for a ball. 1-0. Stover at the dish, and the center fielder takes a breaking ball, very similar spot, and the same call, ball outside. Freshman's 2-0 fastballs, an inside swing and a miss for strike 1. Stover 2 for 4 in the game earlier today. One of 2 Trojans with multi-hit efforts. 2-1 line for the righty Kaysen. His breaking ball misses outside. It's 3-1. A couple of close sliders that Kaysen has tossed in there that have missed. I think those would have been called in the game earlier today. There were several pitches that, according to TrackMan, were outside but called strikes as Stover swings and misses at the inside fastball, and it's a 3-2 count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Colton Kaysen looking to send the Trojans down in order in the first. Here's his payoff. Fastball nicks off the inside part of Stover's bat on a check swing, and it stays full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It took 5 pitches for the first 2 outs. This will be the 7th pitch of Zach Stover's at-bat against Colton Kaysen. The line and another payoff. Slider, grounded, left side. Gibson fields it off the grass hop. It took a funky hop, but Gibson made the play and launched to first to get Stover. Terrific job defensively by Aiden Gibson to play the hop perfectly after it hit the edge of the infield grass. Down go the Trojans in order. 1-2-3 inning from Colton Kaysen that takes 13 pitches. We're through 1. We're scoreless at Anderson's Memorial Stadium. We're back for the second after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
You down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Back for the top of inning number 2 in a game that started just 10 minutes ago. Both teams with good work. Walker Case for Anderson in the top half and Colton Kaysen for Carson-Newman in the bottom half. Both face the minimum in the opening frame. And it is a scoreless series finale between Carson-Newman and Anderson as Walker Case gets ready to toe the rubber and finish off his warm-up pitches for this second inning. I'll tell you about some of the scores that have happened already here in the South Atlantic Conference this weekend today. Coker won 2-1. Tusculum won 9-0. Catawba wins 10-1 over Newberry. Lenore Rhine in 7 innings defeats UVAY 17-0. Coker's trailing 7-2 in the final game of that series. We've got the Bears and Indians out there going for sweeps just like Carson-Newman as Tanner Kilgore sees a first pitch strike to begin the second inning. We'll come back to that scoreboard and update you on some of those series finales as we go through our broadcast of this series finale. 0-1 line from Walker Case, another fastball. Clips the bottom part of the strike zone at 88 miles per hour. Strike 2 on Kilgore. No balls, 2 strikes on Carson-Newman's cleanup hitter, hitting .310 this year and has 27 RBI. Drove in a run earlier today as the DH waits for an 0-2. Here it is. It's off the plate on a fastball at 89 that time for ball 1. Carson-Newman now has 8 victories away from home this season. 8-3 on the road and winners of 5 straight away from home. 1-2 to Kilgore. He grounds it sharply on 2 hops to Molina Rowley at short. He fields it on a backhand and throws across to his first baseman Owens, who stretches out and makes the play for the first down of the inning. Now Aiden Gibson's turn. He homered in Friday's series opening win against the Trojans. Walker Case has got the sign. He winds in the first pitch to Gibson. Is a breaking ball across the zone for a strike. Put it in perspective how impressive Carson-Newman's start to the year is, but also how well it's done on the road. The Eagles won just 7 road games as Gibson fouls an 0-1 back, and it's 0-2. Carson-Newman won just 7 road games in 2023 and 9 last year. They already have 8 with still a month and a half of this baseball season to play. Eagles were 9-11 last year away from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex so far this year. 8-3, high and inside fastball to Aiden Gibson makes it 1-2. Eagles still have tough road trips, though. They'll play at Trevecca Nazarene later this month, or this coming week on the road. They'll travel to Coker and Catawba, 2 of the top 4 teams in the league standing still. And then midweeks with Alabama, Huntsville, UVA Wise, King, and Emory and Henry still on the docket as well for Griffin's group. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Aiden Gibson here in the second inning with 1 out. Walker Case trying to send the Eagles down in order. He's now fallen behind 3-2 after he worked ahead 0-2. One out in the inning. Foul ball back by Gibson to keep it at a 3-2 count. Scoreless, top 2. Neither team with a hit so far. As Gibson bats and waits for a payoff pitch from Walker Case. Here it is. Inside fastball misses. Ball 4. Well-earned walk from Aiden Gibson with 1 out in this inning. He fell behind 0-2 and ends up working an 8-pitch walk to give Carson-Newman its second base runner via a free pass so far. 8-pitch walk, and he's at first for Cole Nathan. One on, 1 out for Nathan, who has back-to-back multi-hit games in this series. 4 hits total. First pitch he sees is a breaking ball at 79 miles per hour that clips the outer edge for strike 1. In the game earlier today, Cole was 2 for 4. His run scored was the first of that 5-run effort for CN to take the series, and now Carson-Newman goes for the sweep. 0-1 set for Walker Case, and he'll pick to first base where Gibson had a very short lead, but he still dives back safely. First game on Friday was Carson-Newman's 8-5 victory, rallying from 4 down. The Eagles won the first of the doubleheader today, 5-4, and now going for the sweep as Nathan takes outside for ball 1. Some close affairs for CN. They win a 1-run game and a 3-run game to start this weekend series. First time this year that Carson-Newman's won back-to-back games decided by 3 runs or less. 1-1. Gibson takes off, pitches high and inside, and Gibson with ease is gunned down. It may have been a hit and run, but Cole Nathan I don't think could have swung at that high and inside fastball. So Gibson's gunned down at second base, and it's the second out of the inning. Based on Nathan's reaction as well, that's what it tells me that maybe what it was. Cole kind of realized that he needed to swing the bat there in a hit and run, but it was so far high and inside that I don't even know if he would have been able to get the ball or his bat to that baseball. 2 balls and a strike on Nathan. Base is clear now as Walker Case winds and delivers, and his fastball is low and outside for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike as Nathan tries to get aboard and give the Eagles a 2-out runner. Case pitching. He's a senior right-hander in danger of walking his 3rd guy. Here's the 3-1 home, and Nathan lines the ball to right field for a 2-out knock. Hot hitting continues for the sophomore from Knoxville. That's his 5th hit of the weekend. And Cole Nathan has a 2-out single for Carson-Newman's first hit of the game. Fortunately, Gibson was caught stealing, and so now it's just 1 on with 2 out as Braxton Smith steps into the batter's box from the right side for his first at-bat of the weekend. Smith making his 14th start of the year, hitting .244 with 6 RBI. Picked to first base, and Nathan's back safely. Eagles have been caught out on the bases twice in 2 innings now. Spencer Williams was picked off in the first, and Aiden Gibson was caught stealing in the second this inning. 1 on and 2 out for Smith, who waits for the first pitch. Runner takes off, and Smith chops one to third. Brooks Morrow on the run, fields it. His gun across is in time to get Smith. Inning is over. Carson-Newman got a couple of base runners, but is unable to strike. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left for CN in the second. We've played an inning and a half of the series finale. Carson-Newman nothing, Anderson nothing. Trojans back to work against Colton Kaysen. When we come back to Anderson Memorial Stadium, this is Carson-Newman Baseball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Teams like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Colton Kaysen back to work for Carson-Newman as we get set to start the bottom half of the second inning. To put in perspective how good Colton has been in his rookie season on the mound.
Number 7, Brooks Morrow.
7 wins and 7 career starts is quite impressive enough, but even just having 7 wins is something that you don't see all that often. Griff Hughes last year as a reliever and a starter won 9 games, which is tied for the 6th most, or actually is 6th place alone in Carson-Newman's record book, Division II record book since 1994, as the inning starts with a ball inside on Brooks Morrow. Colton Kaysen's tied for 10th with 12 other former Eagles for 7 wins in a single season. Certainly he's still got a month and a half, maybe more, for Carson-Newman's season in his rookie year to go, as Colton fires in a fastball that's fouled off to the right, and it's strike 2, 1-2. Matt Husky has the most wins in the program's Division II single season history. Matt had 13 wins in the 2002 season. Only 5 Eagles all time have double-digit wins. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Brooks Morrow, Anderson's third baseman here at the start of the second. 1-2 breaking ball, called strike 3. That's a beautiful slider from Colton Kaysen. It dipped right where it needed to at the last second against Morrow. That's the second punch out for Kaysen and the first out of the second inning.
Number 5, Ben.
We talked about the weather earlier today and how it was going to play a factor. It's a very windy day, but both these pitchers and all the pitchers this weekend have done a fantastic job keeping the ball low and not allowing too many home runs as this ball's hit toward the left center field gap. Braxton Smith tracks it down and gets it in quickly. And Ben Bullard has Anderson's first hit of the series finale on a line drive to left center field. It is a windy day once again. The temperature has increased. It is up to 72 degrees when we start this baseball game. Today, still sun shining, no clouds in the sky. There hasn't been any clouds all weekend for our time in Anderson, South Carolina, but the wind can gust up to 30 miles per hour today, helping the hitters at the ballpark as Kaysen goes high and inside and hits. the sixth batter, Braden Owens. So some traffic now for Colton Kaysen here in the second frame. A one-out single,
Number 13,
and then the next
Hudson
pitch, he hits
Wilson.
Braden Owens. Wind gusts continue to pick up as the left-handed hitting Hudson Wilson comes to the plate, making his 10th start of the year. Hitting .231 this year with 9 RBI. He swings and hits the end of the bat. Or connects the end of his bat with the baseball for a foul ball. Strike one on the catcher, Wilson. No score, bottom of the second inning. Traffic for Anderson and traffic for Kaysen to work out of here in the second inning. 2 on and 1 out. The freshman comes set, glove at his belt, and he pitches a fastball, foul back for strike 2. Well, we saw this kid over the course of his 7 starts be able to work out of jams quite impressively. 2 starts ago to begin the month against Lincoln Memorial, he threw 6 scoreless innings and stranded 9 LMU base runners. The righty's 0-2 to Wilson is tapped foul at the plate, not caught by Delgado on the foul tip, and so Wilson stays alive, 0-2. He has had some stretches as well that have been just magnificent. More on that as we go through this broadcast. 0-2 the count on the catcher, Wilson, with first and second occupied for AU in the bottom of the second. 0-2. Ground ball right side. Only play will be to first. No, Nathan will go to second for it. He's able to get the play there, so it is a force out. Nathan hesitated initially and then decided to go to second for the force out, so a 4-6 force at second. Wilson reaches. Owen is off the bases. Bullard moves to third with 2 outs for Shane Thomas in his first at-bat of the weekend. Nathan, it was going to be a tough play to turn 2 on, and the way the ball was hit and the way his body was squared up, it looked like he was just going to toss it to Floyd at first, and Nathan decided to go to second, turned his body around, and was able to make the play. Corners occupied for Thomas, who stays away from Kaysen's slider at 74 miles per hour for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. First and third, 2 outs. A single and a hit by pitch have runners on base for the Trojans. 1-0 from Kaysen. Breaking ball. Hits the knees of the zone and the knees of Thomas for a strike. Kaysen trying to work around this second inning and keep this game scoreless. The freshman comes set, works from the middle of the slab. Pauses and pitches a 1-1 breaking ball that Thomas waits on and sees it drop in for another strike. 1-2. That was a 73 mile per hour slider that time from Colton Kaysen to work ahead on Thomas. Wind picks up as Kaysen delivers a 1-2 breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Quick work of Shane Thomas. Colton Kaysen gets out of the second inning. He starts the second with a strikeout and ends it with 1 as well. We've played 2 full innings of this series finale. Trojans threatened in the second, but they strand 2 runners on 1 hit in the frame. To the third, Carson-Newman tries to start the scoring when we come back to Anderson Memorial Stadium after these messages. This is Carson-Newman Baseball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
scoreless series finale between Carson-Newman and Anderson. There have been 50 all-time meetings now between these two teams. Carson-Newman's won 38 of the 50 meetings, including 5 straight. In this series, those 5 wins are not the longest in a row or the most consecutive wins in this all-time series with the Trojans as we get set to start this third inning.
Number 8, Frankie Delgado.
Frankie Delgado will begin the frame. Carson-Newman from 2008 to 2013 went on an impressive run against the Trojans, and over that 5-year span won 12 in a row, highlighted by a 24-run effort here in Anderson, South Carolina on February 13th of 2008. Inning begins with a ball low to Frankie Delgado. Carson-Newman's 8-hitter, Trey Miller, will be the final batter to go through this lineup one time. He's on deck as the 1-0 pitch is high and inside to Delgado at 87 miles per hour. The fastball is inside for ball 2. Early pitchers duel between Case and Kaysen in this 7-inning affair. All right, he's got the sign. He goes into the windup, and the 2-0 home is a fastball at the knees to Delgado for a strike. Case has a little bit more to his fastball than Anderson's Game 2 starter and Game 1 starter of today did in Joshua Legnard. 2-1s inside for ball 3. Legnard would touch 86 occasionally, but hovered in the mid-80s with his fastball, while Case has hovered around 87 and occasionally has been able to get it up to 89. Here's a 3-1 high for ball 4, and Frankie Delgado works a 5-pitch walk. That's the 3rd walk by Walker Case, a new season high in walks will bring Trey Miller to the plate. There to see Walker Case struggle with his command at times. He's walked 1 in each now the first 3 frames. He does have back-to-back starts against UVA Wise and Tusculum here in league play with 2 walks, but has now walked 3 through his first 2 full innings of work. Facing Trey Miller for the first time, and Miller shows bunt, pulls it back and takes high for ball 1 on a breaking ball that time. A slider stayed elevated for ball 1. Tom Griffin gives his hitter Miller and his runner Delgado a signal at the third base coach's box, and now the two get back into their ready position. Delgado's short lead, Miller in the batter's box waiting on Case's 1-0. And instead he'll pick to first, and Delgado's back safely on a dive. Carson-Newman's 5-game road winning streak, the longest in 4 seasons. The Eagles did it in 2021, and a long win streak on the road that season. And have won 6 baseball games in a row, and 6 in a row in South Atlantic Conference play as well. Bunt right back to the pitcher. Sacrifice bunt laid down by Trey Miller. Gets Delgado to scoring position. He does his job, does Miller. And Delgado's into scoring position with 1 out in the 3rd. Eagles started conference play a sweep of Emory and Henry.
Jenkins.
Then went to Newberry, lost the opener, but won the next 2 to improve to 5-1. Against Lincoln Memorial at the end of February into the start of this month, took 2 of 3 at home. Did not play a conference series 2 weekends ago, played Florida Southern, took 2 of 3 in that series, and then last weekend on the road went to Limestone and swept the Saints. Fastball is low for ball 1 to Ryan Jenkins in his second plate appearance. So the Eagles have found a little bit of a groove. They've won 9 of their 12 games in March and are 6-1 in league play in March. Lone loss in league play is a 10-inning loss to Lincoln Memorial. 1-0 set for Walker Case. He looks at second and now pitches to Jenkins, who watches the slider break into the zone toward the upper part of the zone for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carson-Newman's shortstop Ryan Jenkins, who has at least 1 hit in each of the first 2 games of this series, but has been on base multiple times in each game. 1-1 set for Kaysen here in the 3rd. His pitch home is driven out toward left center field. This is on a ride, but Stover's after it in the gap, and he makes the catch. Tagging is Delgado. He'll sprint from 2nd to 3rd without a throw. Productive out, nonetheless, for Jenkins. He is able to get the runner Delgado to third base with 2 outs. So a wild pitch, pass ball, could score a run for CN as Williams will stand in with 2 outs.
Spencer Williams.
Two outs for Williams, who drew a walk and was picked off later in the inning back in the first. Looking to get on base and maybe drive in a run here with 2 outs. The left-handed hitting outfielder waits for Case's first offering home, and it's a breaking ball at the knees for strike 1. Williams has the batting average back above 300, 15 RBI for the senior outfielder from Seymour, Tennessee. He's waiting on a 0-1 from Case, who comes set, pitches with 4 on the timer, and it's an inside fastball for ball 1 at 87. Runner at third base, 2 outs, top of the third. Walker Case comes set, and the 1-1 home is grounded sharply foul by Williams. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Gatto drew a 5-pitch walk to start this inning. He has worked his way to third on a sac bunt and a fly out, hoping not to be left there. 1-2 set for Case. He lifts, fires. Fastball foul back by Williams. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the top of the third and a scoreless series finale between Carson-Newman and Anderson. Eagles have won now 5 of the last 6 at Anderson and have won 8 of the last 9 against the Trojans overall. 1-2 with 2 outs. Williams, chopper right side. Playing back on it is the second baseman, and he'll throw to first for the out. Kakamise waited on it and threw out Williams for the final out of the third inning. Carson-Newman, as did Anderson, threatens but is unable to strike for any runs in the top half of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the third in a scoreless series finale. Trojans trying to break the scoring, or start the scoring and break the scoreless tie. We come back to Anderson Memorial Stadium after these messages. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Colton Kaysen back to the mound in a scoreless contest in series finale between Carson-Newman and Anderson. A terrific weekend for baseball in Anderson, South Carolina, albeit through some windy temperatures that have favored hitters all weekend. But we've only seen 2 home runs, 1 from each side, through the first 2 games of the weekend. 9-1-2 due up for the Trojans. And it'll be Carson Molina Roley to start off the frame. He waits on the first pitch home from Kaysen, and it's a fastball right down the middle for a called strike 1 to Carson Molina Roley, who is looking for his first hit of the weekend. 0-1 home is a fastball at the knees, and it's quickly 0-2. Kaysen wastes no time coming at these hitters. First 2 innings, it's taken him 26 pitches to get through it. He winds and delivers an 0-2, and it's chopped on a play to first, and Floyd can't play the hop correctly. It bounces over his mitt and gets into right field for a base hit. Never hit Floyd's glove. It took a funky hop as Floyd waited on the ground ball. And that's Melina Rowley's first hit of the weekend. Funky little chopper to the right side finds its way through the infield to give Anderson its second hit. And they have the leadoff batter aboard for the first time as they roll the lineup back to the top for Braden Harrison. Harrison waits on the first pitch of this at-bat from Kaysen. It's a slider away for ball 1. Well, not many teams have been able to do much damage against Colton Kaysen. You have to go back to a start against Charleston, his second career start, when he allowed 4 earned runs in 6 innings of work, but struck out a career-high 8 guys in that outing. Breaking ball inside for a strike. Throw to first, not in time, as Delgado tried to backpick Melina Rowley. Since that Charleston start, Kaysen has allowed 2 runs or less over his next 5. Has allowed at least 1 run in all of his starts except for 1. But has pitched effectively and has kept the pitch count low, and the Eagles have been able to utilize him for basically the entire game of this 7-inning affair. In 6 of his 7 starts, he's gone at least 6 innings. 2-1 set for the freshman against Harrison, and this ball's fisted to right field. It's sinking in for a base hit. So back-to-back singles to start the 3rd inning for the Trojans on a chopper in the infield and now a fisted ball to right field. And it's quickly first and second with nobody out.
Number 12, Kyle Kakamis.
Kyle Kakamis will be the batter for the Trojans as Kaysen yet again will work with 2 runners on base. He had allowed first and second with 1 out in the 2nd inning and worked out of it. Now faces first and second with nobody out here in the 3rd. The true freshman comes set, glove at the belt, and he pitches a fastball on the outside part of the plate for a ball. Kakamis showed bunt, pulled it back at the last second to take a ball to start his second at-bat. Next opportunity for Kakamis to bunt is an inside and low fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. This season, opponents have just 10 hits with runners on base, now 11 on that Harrison single to right field against Colton Kaysen. Kakamis ahead 2-0 as he shows bunt again, and Kaysen sees him bunt it right back to him. The freshman fields cleanly and tosses to Floyd. 1-3 put out on the sac bunt. Will advance runners to 2nd and 3rd with 1 away. So job done by the AU second baseman, and now it's up to Zach Stover to try to break this scoreless game. Time called, and Carson-Newman head coach Tom Griffin will make the walk to the mound, and he wants to chat with his rookie pitcher here in the 3rd inning, who is facing a 2nd and 3rd situation with 1 away. Eagles have turned 5 double plays this weekend, 3 in the first game of today. So certainly their defense has come up big in some of these situations. Certainly right now this is not a double play situation unless you get a line drive out or a fly ball out that it turns out to be a double play, but your normal ground ball double plays would not be in play here. So we'll see if
avian variety. What are you talking about? Oh, have you not heard?
Maybe they put Stover on, or how they want to pitch to Zach Stover. They have first base open. Would then set up a force at every bag and gives you that opportunity for a double play. For now, Stover will step to the plate. We'll see how Kaysen pitches to him here in this 3rd inning. Stover grounded out to 3rd base in his first appearance at the plate in the 1st. The right-handed hitting center fielder waits on the first pitch from Kaysen. Here it is. It's a chopper, a slow roller down the 3rd base line. It'll roll foul for strike 1. It would have been a tough play for either the pitcher Kaysen or the 3rd baseman Gibson to throw out the speedy Stover And so wisely, the two watched it go foul. Probably could have fielded it in fair territory. And I think they would have had it been hit a little bit harder because the runner at third did not try to advance. And so the Eagles would have preferred to get the out, but because of Stover's speed and how softly the ball was hit, it was too hard to make a play. And so wisely, Gibson and Kaysen let it go foul. And before Stover steps back in, he'll be talked to by his manager in this situation. No balls and a strike. Scoreless game, but the Trojans have second and third occupied with one away. Carson-Newman's infield's kind of playing in, but kind of playing normal depth. They're all playing about average distance. 0-1 home. Swing and a miss on Kaysen's slider. That's nasty on the corner for strike two. 0-2 count. Gibson and Floyd at the corners are playing even with the bags. Nathan and Jenkins are probably 2 steps each behind those positions. 0-2 set for the freshman Kaysen. He brings the glove to his belt, lifts and fires a breaking ball, fouled back to stay alive by Stover. He just barely nicked Colton Kaysen's slider at 79 miles per hour. Count remains 0-2. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Colton Kaysen rears back and fires in his 4th strikeout, a high heater at 91. Swinging strike three for the second out of the third. That is a massive strikeout from Colton Kaysen in the third inning. Eagles defensively can go back to normal depth as Brooks Morrow stands in with 2 outs. Trojans trying to get a base hit as Kaysen's first pitch is inside for a foul ball. Strike one. Swung and fouled it back to the screen. Scoreless is this series finale between Carson-Newman and Anderson, and Colton Kaysen is trying to keep it that way here in the third. The freshman right-hander lifts and fires an 0-1 that's tapped foul. It was off the foot of Morrow and then went into fair territory. It's a foul ball, and the umpire will walk the new baseball out to Colton Kaysen as he'll give a second for the hitter Morrow to readjust himself after the foul ball off his foot. Now it's quickly 0-2. The theme in these last 2 batters now has been working ahead for the freshman Kaysen. He's been able to dictate what he wants to do with these hitters because he's been able to get ahead. Oh-2, hit softly back to the mound. Kaysen comes to get it. He'll throw to first, and the play is made. Terrific work by the freshman. Once again, gets out of a jam. First and second, nobody out. Second and third, 1 out. And he rears back and gets a strikeout and a soft ground ball back to him to blank the Trojans for a 3rd straight frame. We're through 3 in the series finale. Still scoreless is Carson-Newman and Anderson here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Once again, the freshman Colton Kaysen steps up in a big moment and pitches like a veteran. by getting out of the third inning jam. And that's back-to-back frames now that Anderson has had 2 runners on base and eventually in scoring position. They've left him on base here in the first few innings and back-to-back innings now. We head to the 4th inning. Carson-Newman has just 1 hit so far through the first 3 innings, and will send Logan Floyd to the plate to try to change that to start the 4th inning, while Anderson has 3 hits through 3 innings, but has been held scoreless so far. Logan Floyd steps back in to face Walker Case here in the 4th inning. He's been just as good as Colton Cason, if not better. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and Floyd chops it foul toward the Eagles' dugout for a foul ball. And strike 1 to start the 4th inning. What is a nice day here in Anderson, South Carolina. Good crowd on hand as well. Good contingent of Eagle fans have made the trip from Jefferson City and elsewhere for this contest. 0-1 fastball is driven out toward left center field. Floyd gives it for a ride. Stover back to the wall. Clear the wall. It goes. Logan Floyd's got his first home run of the year. And it's 1-0 Eagles. Toss that baby up into the jet stream, and you never know what happens. Floyd leaves the yard for the first time in his 5th time in his career, and it's 1-0 Eagles. What a drive for Logan Floyd. You had a feeling when that bad boy left the bat that it was going to have some juice on it, and it did. And Floyd sends it over the left center field wall for his first home run of the year, his 5th of his career, and the Eagles strike first. Now the pitch to Tanner Kilgore is outside for ball 1. Well, that is a massive turn of events. Anderson threatening first and second, nobody out. They get nothing in the 3rd, and then the Eagles go right to work. And to start the 4th inning, Logan Floyd goes yard. Kilgore ahead, 2 balls, no strikes as he waits on the next offering from Walker Case. Here it is, and it's grounded sharply off the glove of Morrow at 3rd into left field. Kilgore rounding first base. He'll put on the brakes and settle in with a single. His first hit in Carson-Newman's 3rd hit now of the baseball game. Good work by Kilgore. Squared that baseball up and made it a tough play for Brooks Morrow. It's not going to be an error whatsoever. It was hit so hard that you have to roll it a base hit, despite Morrow able to get a glove on it. But it was hit so hard it dings off his glove and into left field for a base hit. And now Aiden Gibson shows bunt and pulls it back to take a strike. Logan Floyd starts the scoring in the series finale for Carson-Newman with his 5th career home run. The All-Sac 3rd-teamer as a rookie clutches up. 0-1 offering. Gibson shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 1 away. Funny enough, I actually talked to Logan's dad on the way back up from just walking around and regrouping between games, and funny enough, he said, I think we're getting close to Logan's first career home run. He's due for one. And I said, yeah, last year it took him until the end of March for his first career home run. Hit all 4 of his home runs as a rookie in the final month of the year. And I said it's getting to that time of the year for when Floyd's bat starts to heat up. The weather gets a little warmer, and that's when Logan starts to drive the ball over the wall, and that's exactly what he does here in the series finale. Ball and a strike on Eden Gibson with a runner at first and Kilgore. Here's the 1-1 home, and Gibson takes the breaking ball into the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. The pitcher, Case, comes set at the belt, and he'll pick to first base. 2-1 set for Case here in the fourth inning. He slips and fires. Here's a ball line foul into the seats, and it actually dings off the light pole here at Anderson's Memorial Stadium. Strike two on Eden Gibson, who went 1 for 4. He's got hits in each of the first 2 games of this weekend series. Looking for one here to extend what has been a pretty good fourth inning or keep it rolling with nobody out. 2-2 pitches, a high fastball for ball 3. AG has worked the count full now at 3-2 after Case's 86-mile-per-hour fastball was too high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kilgore has a short lead at first with nobody out in the fourth. Eagles by a run. Pitch home. Gibson, half-hearted effort. Foul tips it into the mitt of the catcher, Hudson Wilson, for strike 3. That's the first out
Number 6,
of inning number 4, and that is also the first strikeout for Walker Case in his 7th start of the year. Good work that time by Walker Case. He fell behind, or worked ahead and then fell behind, and is able to get Gibson. And now with 1 out, it's Cole Nathan at the plate. Cole is 1 for 1 as he'll wait for the first pitch as Case will pick to first base to check on Kilgore. 1-0 Eagles. You heard this earlier if you joined us for the first game of this doubleheader when Carson-Newman scored first. Impressively enough, it is 17-0 this season when they score the first run of the game. Nathan crushes one to center field. Stover goes back and he'll make... No, he drops the baseball. It gets away as well. Kilgore rounding second base. He'll head to third, and Nathan's into second base. Boy, it looked like Stover got to the baseball in the gap there, and it hit off his glove. And that'll go down as an error on the center fielder, Zach Stover. He was certainly there to make the catch on a ball that was hit really well and could have been a base hit for Cole Nathan. Tough scoring decision. It'll go down as a fielding error. And an E8 allows Kilgore to move to third and Nathan into second base. Good base running by Kilgore as well. He was at second base basically when that ball was hit. It was so deep that he was easily going to get back to first base as well if he needed to go back. Now second and third, 1 out for Braxton Smith, and he takes a high fastball for ball 1. Just like that, Carson-Newman's in business to pad on to a current 1-0 lead thanks to Logan Floyd's home run. Infield comes in for the Trojans. All the infielders are playing in on the infield grass as Case sets in the 1-0 home as a fastball outside, ball 2. Braxton Smith making his first start of the weekend, hit his first career home run last weekend at Limestone in the series finale. And he hits here with a favorable 2-ball, no-strike count in the 4th with 1 out. 2-0. Smith fouls it back. Trying to square up an 87-mile-per-hour fastball. Instead fouled it back to the screen. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Righty-righty matchup with 1 out and 2 runners on base. Second and third, here's the pitch. Smith line drive, base hit over the second baseman's head into right field. Nathan around third base. Here comes the play to the plate. It's cut off. 3-0 Carson-Newman. Braxton Smith line drive, base hit to extend Carson-Newman's lead. Good piece of hitting from the freshman from Cleveland, Tennessee. His 8th RBI now. He's got 7 and now 8 RBI with 2 runs scoring on the play. And just like that, so far it's a 3-run 4th for Carson-Newman. Eagles take advantage of the fielding error as well. In this inning. 4th hit for Carson-Newman, 3rd of the inning by Braxton Smith as they picked to him at first, and he's back safely. Frankie Delgado's batting now for CN. He walked and was stranded at third in the third. Walker Case brings the glove to his chin. Now back down to his belt as he comes set in the first pitch to Delgado with the runner taking off as a ball. Throw down to second base, not in time. Good jump by Braxton Smith to swipe second base. That's his second stolen base as a freshman. And just like that, Carson-Newman again has a runner in scoring position, trying to win the series, or well, they've already won the series, trying to sweep the series with the Trojans and secure back-to-back series sweeps in South Atlantic Conference play. 1-0 set, and the pitch to Delgado, a swing and a foul tip at home plate for ball one, or for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike with an out here in this fourth inning. One set with a runner at second, and Delgado hits one high into the air out toward left field. Shane Thomas is in a little bit, loses his ball cap, and is able to track down the baseball for the second out of the inning on a fly out to left, and now Trey Miller with 2 outs will be the batter. A couple of references to the 2021 season. That was the year the Eagles won 27 games, finished 5th in the conference. That's the last time the Eagles earned back-to-back sweeps in conference play. Certainly back then, you were playing 4-game series on the weekend. Doubleheaders both days. Now you're just playing 3-game series, so it's harder to find some sweeps in South Atlantic Conference play, especially back-to-back sweeps. But in 2021, the Eagles won back-to-back home series in consecutive weekends in conference play, sweeping UVA-Wise and Queens that year. Breaking ball again in the dirt, so Miller's ahead 2 balls, no strikes. It's extremely hard to find games like this where if Carson-Newman can hold on for the sweep here, they'll have back-to-back series sweeps in conference play. Does not happen all that often. It happened in 2019 as well. In a 3-game set, they swept Queens in mid-April and then followed that up with a sweep of Coker the next weekend. It's even more rare when you factor in that both sweeps potentially for CN, if it occurs, would be on the road. Not too often do you see road conference sweeps in consecutive weekends in this impressive and difficult South Atlantic Conference. Here's the 3-0 to Miller, and finally Walker Case is back in the strike zone. It's 0-1. Slowly but surely, I'm digging through the record book, looking to see if there's any time that Carson-Newman has won back-to-back road conference series and swept them. 3 balls and a strike on Trey Miller. Smith with an extended lead at second base. Case looks back at him once, and time is called by the catcher. No, it's a pitch clock violation, so that's going to put Miller on. Good awareness by the umpires dealing with the pitch clock this season. Realized it got down to 0, and Smith getting that extended lead, I think, benefits there Miller to get the walk, because Smith getting an extended lead forced Case, who saw him in his peripheral vision, forced him to think about his pitch a little longer, and he won't make another one. That's the end of Walker Case's day. 3 2/3 for the senior right-hander. 4 hits, 3 runs, only one of them's earned. 4 walks and a strikeout. And that line is not complete yet, but his day's done. 2 outs, 2 on in the fourth for Carson-Newman, and the Trojans are bringing in a reliever. I'll tell you who the new pitcher is for AU after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Caleb Owens is the new pitcher for Anderson. He is a 6'1 freshman from Easley, South Carolina, in Easley High School. He comes into the game as Anderson's first relief pitcher here in the series finale. This will be his 10th appearance of the year. He has made one start, 18 strikeouts in basically 18 innings of work, 17 and 2/3 of work for Caleb Owens, who does have a save to his line this season. Has been tasked with going multiple innings, but his last two, he has given AU just one inning of work. His most recent one came in a midweek on Tuesday, a win for the Trojans against the Saints, in which Owens threw a scoreless inning. Over his 9 appearances, he is only not allowed a run. He's allowed a run in 6 of the 9. Only 3 times has he not allowed a run. Those were appearances, as we mentioned, most recently against Limestone, and then against Emory and Henry in his first career outing, and then against Catawba almost a month ago. So Caleb Owens, a 6'1 freshman, gets the ball for Anderson from Walker Case, trying to get the final out of this 4th inning. What has been an inning that has been controlled by Carson-Newman and started with Logan Floyd and his solo bomb. Picked to second base and back on a headfirst slide, sneaking his right hand in there is Braxton Smith. Owens sees Smith dancing, and now fastballs in a pitch to Jenkins that's outside for a ball. Carson-Newman's had some good stretches over the years in which it's won 5 of 6 games on the road in back-to-back series in the weekend, but as of right now, it's hard to find back-to-back conference sweeps as Jenkins fists one in the outfield. It drops in for a base hit. Smith will score from second. Moving to third and going home is Trey Miller. He never stopped running, and he'll score. It's 5-0. Terrific base running by Trey Miller. From first base, he scores on a ball just blooped into left center. He never stopped running when he got to third base. I didn't see in real time whether Trey got the go sign from head coach Tom Griffin or if Trey just kept the Jets going and never stopped running. So Jenkins drives in 2 runs on a bloop single to left center. Smith scores. Miller scores. It's a 5-run 4th. That is just some outstanding base running as Williams, the 9th batter of the inning, takes outside for ball 1. Bad awareness by Anderson as well. The cutoff, Molina Rowley threw it to second base, and the second baseman, Kakamis, did not see Miller continue to run. There was no communication. 1-0. Williams shows bunt, takes the pitch inside for strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pickoff, and it's a failed pickoff. Jenkins sees the ball get into the foul ground behind first base, and so Ryan Jenkins will sprint to second base. Second error of the inning now for Anderson. On the pickoff attempt by Owens, gets away from the first baseman, Owens. So the pitcher, Caleb Owens, unable to connect with Braden Owens. And the failed pickoff puts another Carson-Newman runner in scoring position. No relation between the two Owens. to clarify as well, as Williams lifts one into foul ground left side. Shane Thomas is sprinting after it, and he won't be able to get there in foul ground. It's strike 2 on Spencer Williams. 5-0 Carson-Newman, top of inning number 4. Eagles have erupted for an impressive 4th inning to grab a big lead. The righty comes set, and his 1-2 breaking ball is hit out high towards center field. Zach Stover is off to his left a little bit. He camps under it, and he makes the catch for the final out. But what a productive 4th inning for Carson-Newman. Anderson stranded 2 runners in back-to-back innings, and then Carson-Newman erupts for a 5 spot in the 4th. 5 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, and a runner left in the 4th. Colton Kasen's got some nice insurance runs to work with. His team leads by 5 as he heads back to the mound for the bottom of the 4th inning, which heads your way after these messages. This is Carson-Newman Baseball on the Eagles Sports Network.
To cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
We're back at Anderson Memorial Stadium where Carson-Newman is leading Anderson 5-0 as we get set to start the bottom of inning number 4. The Eagles have been powered by another big inning. They've had a lot of these this season, and they do it again here in the series finale's 4th inning to erupt for a 5 spot in the 4th, and now Colton Kasen toes the rubber for his 4th inning of work. Trying to make it a little bit easier on himself. He's allowed Anderson to get multiple base runners in the last 2 frames, but as Colton's done, he's got out of it a lot this year, and he did it again those 2 innings as this ball's ripped down the third base line for a base hit. It's Ben Bullard's 2nd hit. This is for extra bases. He sprints to second with a leadoff double. First pitch swinging. Good rip by the DH. And the Trojans have their 4th hit. We'll see how things play out, but Carson-Newman, the last time it swept a South Atlantic Conference opponent in back-to-back weekends on the road, we found one. It's 2003. At the end of March into the beginning of April, the Eagles swept Lenore-Ryan in a 3-game series, and then 2 weekends later went to Mars Hill and swept the Lions. First pitch strike delivered to Braden Owens to begin his second at-bat. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. It's not happened in the Tom Griffin era. None of his teams have gone on the road in back-to-back weekends and won and swept series. 0-1's a fastball pumped in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Eagles put up a 5 spot in the top half of this inning to lead by 5. Kasen slider, swing and a miss. That's nasty stuff, and Owens never had a chance as Kasen strikes out his 5th Trojan batter for the first out of the 4th inning. Colton has struck out now 5 batters at least in 6 of his 8 starts to begin his baseball career at Carson-Newman. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Hudson Wilson's a strike, 0-1. The rookie has back-to-back complete game shutouts and has won his first 7 starts. The 0-1 offering is a breaking ball away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The righty comes set at the belt. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out in the 4th. Here's the fastball away, and it's going to miss. For ball 2 as the wind continues just at random times, just really picks up. Certainly it's difficult for the pitchers to navigate through as well. At times, 2-1 home is a fastball fouled back by the catcher Wilson, and it's 2-2. Well, no other pitcher in Division II baseball entering the weekend has 7 wins to their line except for the freshman Colton Kaysen. When you look through the NCAA's charts, only Chanson Cole of Newberry, also in the South Atlantic Conference, has 5 or more wins as a freshman. Swing and a miss on a slider that Wilson was way out in front of. Back-to-back punch-outs for the rookie Kaysen.
Number 6,
Against
Shane
Wilson, there's
Thomas.
2 outs with Shane Thomas coming to bat. Well, Colton Kaysen up to 6 punch-outs. And he has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters he's faced. 2 gone with a runner at second for Thomas. First pitch slider is hit high out toward left field. Back goes Braxton Smith near the wall. He gets to the wall and makes the catch. Inning over. Shane Thomas gave it a ride, but Colton Kaysen once again navigates through an inning with runners on base. A couple of strikeouts and a fly ball out puts up another 0 for the freshman Colton Kaysen. Carson-Newman 5, Anderson 0. We've played 4 complete in this series finale. It's all Eagles right now here at Anderson's Memorial Stadium. Back for the 5th. This is Carson-Newman Baseball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Colton Kaysen's thrown 4 scoreless innings, and Carson-Newman leads 5-0 as we head to the top of the 5th here on the Eagles Sports Network, and the Trojans are going back to the bullpen. Caleb Costa was warming up in the first game of today's doubleheader. Now he gets called upon in this 5th inning with his team trailing 5-0. Costa, in 10 appearances, has a 10 ERA on the dot. 14 1/3 innings have been pitched, 15 strikeouts to 14 walks. For the right-hander, over 14 1/3 innings pitched. This season, he's a junior from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, and he is coming off a outing against Limestone on Tuesday, in which he struck out 3 and threw 2 scoreless innings. He'll face Logan Floyd, who started last inning with a home run to start the 5-run 4th for Carson-Newman. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and it's a fastball away for ball 1. So now 5 career home runs for the sophomore Floyd, an all-conference player last year, and certainly trending that way again as a sophomore, hitting near 350, and his RBI total is near 30 on the year. It's at 29 at the moment. 1-0 to Floyd, and he crushes it back towards center field. Stover on the run, sprinting back, and he gets there in time to make the catch. Boy, Floyd is really seeing the ball well. Hit one on a line that time. Stover able to get back to it. Had that been in the gap, it'd be extra bases for the sophomore. Instead, it was to straightaway center field, and so he's retired for the second time, and that's the first out of this 5th inning. In steps Tanner Kilgore, who has been toe-to-toe with Floyd all season, both sophomores. And the RBI total, Floyd's got him by 2 at the moment, as Tanner takes outside for ball 1 from Caleb Costa. 5-0 Eagles, top 5, 1 out. 1-0 line for the right-hander. It's hit off the end of the bat back toward the middle of the infield, and Molina Rowley can't field it cleanly, moving to his left. See how that gets ruled. It's a tough play moving to your left on an infield hit, or an infield ground ball by Floyd. Not hit all that well, but if fielded cleanly, probably gets Kilgore at first. No signal yet to the scoreboard. Mikey Sanders and Anderson's sports information staff going to think about that play for a second. And they will rule that an infield hit. So give Kilgore a 2-hit day now. He's got back-to-back singles over the last 2 frames. And now it's Aiden Gibson's turn with 1 on and 1 out, and he takes outside for ball 1. Once we get to the bottom half of the 5th inning, we'll take a look around the South Atlantic Conference with some scores possibly becoming finals in the series finales across the league. Is the next offering from Costa's low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 5-0 Eagles, top 5. Against an Anderson team that is and entered the weekend 7 games above 500 and 500 in league play. They're now 17-12 and 6-8 in the South Atlantic Conference, already having lost twice in this series as Gibson slaps one through the left side for a base hit. Got another good performance for AG. Second time he's on base. His first hit of this game is a single through the left side, and the Eagles have back-to-back singles against Caleb Costa here in the 5th. Cole Nathan to the plate for Carson-Newman, who has racked up 7 hits now in this baseball game. 2 on, 1 out as Costa comes set. The glove is at his belt as he lifts it now and fires home a fastball low for ball 1. We talked about Carson-Newman's 5-run 4th inning, and that has been a recipe for success this season, scoring often and having big innings. Their opponent has only scored 4 more runs 3 times all year. Next offering is hammered out to center field. Stover on the run, goes back to the warning track, to the wall. See you later. Cole Nathan with his 2nd career home run. He drives it over the center field wall, and it's 8-0. All you got to do is give it a ride, and Cole Nathan does so there, crushing it to straightaway center field for his 2nd career bomb. And the Eagles have opened up an 8-0 lead. Jeez Louise. What an effort by Cole Nathan on a 1-0 offering home. He just crushes the baseball to center field for his 2nd career home run. Carson-Newman's got its 2nd homer of the game, and it's 8-0. Next pitch is the first to Braxton Smith, and he pops it up to second where Kankamis makes the catch for the 2nd out. Smith retired, but what a home run and hit for Cole Nathan. He's got multiple hits in all 3 games now of this series. He's 2 for 3. And now the 2-out batter will be Frankie Delgado. First offering to Frankie's low for a ball. So Carson-Newman has scored 4 runs at least twice this weekend, and now on the season adds 2 more to its total. Delgado fouls the next one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. 8-0 Carson-Newman, 2 away in this 5th inning. Eagles now have 25 different innings with at least 4 runs scored, counting the 4-run 7th inning in the series opener yesterday and the 5-run 4th inning now. They have 25 innings this year with at least 4 runs scored. Big innings have been a major theme. They're at 3 in this 5th inning with 2 outs as Frankie Delgado takes Ian inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on Carson-Newman's catcher here in the 5th with the Eagles ahead 8-0. Next offering home is a high fastball for ball 4. So 5-pitch walk. Frankie's been walked twice, and he reaches base for the 2nd time, and time called with Costa struggling here in this 5th inning. He's allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, and a couple of them have been earned. 1 error that they have switched Tanner Kilgore's play to. They originally went hit with it. They have now switched it to a fielding error. Allows Kilgore's run to be unearned run on Cole Nathan's home run. As of now, it's 8-0 Eagles, and a long visit on the mound, and maybe the end of the day for Costa, who has recorded 2 outs, but allowed a 3-run home run in this inning, and he'll stay on the mound despite a right-hander loosening for the Trojans down the line. Nothing Eagles. Trey Miller is getting ready to stand back into the batter's box for the 2nd straight inning, with his team now leading by 8 runs. The right-handed pitcher comes set and offering home to Miller is a breaking ball low for ball 1. Trey in this game has a sac bunt and a walk to his line. He's hitting for the 3rd straight inning. Sac bunt in the 3rd, walk in the 4th for Carson-Newman's center fielder. 2 outs, 8-0 Eagles. And Miller's hit by the breaking ball. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. Costa's lost his touch on the mound here after the home run. Got a 1-pitch pop-up of Braxton Smith, but has walked and hit a batter in his last 2, and that'll be the end of his day. 8-0 Carson-Newman. It's opened up this baseball game and blew it open thanks to a home run to start the scoring by Logan Floyd in the 4th inning. And here in the 5th, Cole Nathan has his 2nd career home run, a 3-run shot to straightaway center field. Eagles by 8. Trojans going back to the bullpen when we come back to Anderson, South Carolina. After these messages, this is the Eagles Sports Network.
For our home teams, like the Eagles, it means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
New pitcher for Anderson is a right-hander, George Massengill. And he gets ready to make his 7th appearance of the year, an 8.3 ERA and 9 2/3 innings on the mound, 8 strikeouts to 3 walks. Opponents are hitting an impressive .419 off the right-hander this season. He has not pitched since Emmanuel on the 11th of this month. That was 11 days ago, when he tossed 2 innings of 3-run ball out of the pen with 3 strikeouts. He's a freshman from Southside Christian School and a freshman from Greenville, South Carolina. He gets the ball from Caleb Costa, hoping to get the final out of this 5th inning and maybe tasked with finishing this baseball game, depending on how it trends for this Anderson group, who has had an up-and-down weekend. They jumped out on Carson-Newman in the opener 4-0 after the 1st inning, and then Really, since that point, it's been all Eagles in this series. First and second, 2 outs. The batter is Ryan Jenkins, top of the order. He's 1 for 2 today with a 2-run hit, and he bounces this one to the left side. Molina Rowley goes to third for the force, and the play is made. One pitch from Masson-Gillen. He gets the final out of the 5th, but not before Carson-Newman strikes for 3 more runs on 2 more hits. It's 8-0 Carson-Newman behind Cole Nathan's 3-run bomb in the 5th. All Eagles in Anderson, South Carolina. Colt Kaysen back to the mound with an 8-run lead when we come back to Anderson Memorial Stadium. This is Carson-Newman Baseball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Back for the bottom of the 5th in a game that Carson-Newman has broke open with 8 runs over the last 2 innings to lead 8-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Colt Kaysen back to work, and certainly he's glad to be pitching with an 8-run lead as he gets ready to toe the rubber for his 5th inning of work. The freshman has had some run support throughout the season in his starts, but certainly today has been quite impressive from his group. It's not the most runs so far that his team has scored in a game for him, but it's up there, 3rd most in a game that he has started this year. Sometimes in these 7-inning games you see lower scoring efforts because it's a game that features 2 less innings, obviously. Kaysen winds in the first pitch to Molina Rowley to begin the 9th, or not the 9th, the 5th, is a ball low. 1 ball, no strikes on Anderson's shortstop, who's 1 for 1. He singled back in the 2nd. Or 3rd, I should say. 1-0 home is a breaking ball on the outer edge for called strike 1. Molina Rowley's single was the first of back-to-back hits there in that 3rd inning, but Trojans left runners on 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Fly ball right field. Williams, shielding the sun with his glove, moves to his left and makes the catch for the first out of the inning, so that's 4 in a row now sent down by Colton Kaysen. I mentioned we talk about some of these stretches that the right-hander will go on this year. He has stretches this season where he's retired 5 of the first 6 batters of a game, 9 in a row, 6 in a row, 12 in a row. Last weekend at Limestone, he just goes on these certain runs where he gets in a groove and you just can't seem to get him out of it as his slider breaks to the lower part of the zone and gets Harrison to swing and miss at for a strike. 0-1. That outing against Limestone last week was his 3rd complete game as he misses outside for a ball, 1-1. He retired the final 12 batters in that game. Limestone was able to put some pressure on him in the first 3 frames, but he settled in and didn't allow a base runner over the final 4 innings of that start of his 1 week ago. 1-1 to Harrison, gets away from Delgado on a fastball outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. What's most impressive is in these complete games and these efforts where he tosses at least 6 innings, he has kept the pitch count reasonably low. Right now he's at 59 as he works into the 5th inning. Here's the 2-1 to Harrison. It's grounded softly to 2nd. Nathan on a couple of hops, keeps it in front, stumbles and can't make a throw first. It was a funky hop because he had to wait on it. And eventually, when he did try to set his feet, he kind of stumbled around and couldn't make the play. So we'll see how that gets ruled. I would presume an error. We'll see how Michael Sanders and Anderson's SID staff elect to choose that one. They've had a couple of toughies here in this finale. for now, will rule it a hit, and it is going to be an infield single for Braden Harrison. One out runner on his second base hit as this ball's lined to center field. Trey Miller sees it sinking in a hurry, but sprints up and makes the catch to rob Kakamis of a base hit. And there's quickly 2 away. And to a degree, it's important to note that Colton has pitched to contact effectively throughout the year. So he's not just striking a bunch of guys out, which he has shown he can do. 40 strikeouts, 43 innings. That's pretty good. Roughly 8.5 per 9 innings on the mound. With 2 outs, the batter is Zach Stover with a runner on. First pitch is outside for a ball. Colton, in his start against Florida Southern on March 8th at home in a complete game effort, got 18 of the 21 outs by strikeout or ground out. Slider drops into the strike zone. It's 1-1. So he's been able to keep the baseball down and has forced a lot of soft contact throughout his 7 career starts, this being his 8th. 1-1 set for the righty, and his fastball's low for ball 2 against Zach Stover, who's 0 for 2, but does have hits in each of the first 2 games of this series. Hit in the 2 spot yesterday, but in the 3 spot here in both games today, and has 3 hits for the series, maybe 4. This ball's driven well into the gap in right center field. It drops in for a base hit. This will score a run. It's a triple coming for Stover. The Eagles get the baseball in, but not before. It's a stand-up triple for Zach Stover. So Colton Kaysen allows his first run of the game. It is a RBI triple to right center for Zach Stover to make it 8-1.
Number 7, Brooks Morrow.
We've seen a lot of triples in this ballpark. You put a ball in the gap here, it'll roll all the way to the wall, and it's some trouble, and it's a lot of room out there. Allows these outfielders, makes these outfielders sprint after, and allows these hitters to utilize their speed to get to third base. As here's a softly grounded ball to second base. Nathan will redeem himself here, make the play for the final out of the inning. Luke Goforth came in defensively, that frame for Carson-Newman as well. 8-1 game through 5 innings. A 2-out triple from Zach Stover gets Anderson on the board, but it's 8-1 Eagles as we head to the 6th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
8-1 game in the 6th inning. Carson-Newman the advantage over Anderson as George Massengill got the final out of the 5th inning, coming into the game for Caleb Costa by throwing 1 pitch. He's back out for the 6th inning as Spencer Williams gets ready to come to the plate here to start the 6th inning. Carson-Newman does have some activity down in the bullpen, and you wonder, with this team up by 7 runs, with 6 outs to go, whether they do leave Colton Kaysen on the mound. Ryan Higgins unavailable this week. Has not pitched and will not pitch this weekend. Hoping he's back next week as Spencer Williams swings at the first pitch, grounding it to second. Easy play for Kakamis, and he throws out Williams, who trips over the first base bag. And he was hoping he was safe there, but he's not, as he lost his shin guard as well. First out on the ground ball out. Now Luke Goforth coming to the plate for CN here in this 6th inning. Kaysen is only at 66 pitches through 5 innings, but you wonder, just to not allow and make sure the right-hander doesn't overdo anything as Luke Goforth fouls one back and out of play. Into the seats it goes. If you don't need him out there, may not need to throw him in the final 2 innings, save his arm, and what is going to be a long season. 0-1 to Goforth, and he crushes one down the left field line. It sinks in for a base hit. Goforth's got his eyes determined on extra bases. Look at him sprint. He's headed for second base, and he slides in safely with a 1-out double. How about the effort from Luke Goforth this week? He homered for the second time in his career on Tuesday, and he lifts one over the third baseman Morrow into left field for his first double of the year. Good piece of hitting for Luke Goforth, who was hitting in the spot of Logan Floyd. And now the Eagles will bring Julian Hines off the bench for the second time today, and he'll pinch hit for Tanner Kilgore. So some changes for CN here in this frame, getting some extra guys on the field and an opportunity. Certainly you need the depth as the year goes on. Hines struck out in his pinch hit effort earlier, but takes a strike here from Massengill. Braxton Roberts is the arm throwing. He's been throwing pretty actively. You also wonder maybe it's a routine bullpen session for some guys. 0-1 home is a breaking ball to Hines for a strike, 0-2. Sometimes guys will go out there and throw just because it's their normal day to throw a bullpen, and that could be part of the reason why Braxton is out there throwing. 0-2 set for the right-hander, who comes set and pitches to Hines, who pops it up high into the left field. It goes, and Thomas sprinting in makes the catch as he loses his cap well behind the play for the second out of the inning. Good luck holding on to your ball cap, sprinting after a ball in this wind. I think every time a fielder has gone after a baseball in this game, they've lost their hat. 2 outs now on Hines' pop out. And the batter is Aiden Gibson. 8-1 Carson-Newman. And time called by Gibson at the plate. He'll reset prior to stepping into the batter's box. First pitch breaking ball. Clips the corner for a strike. Bottom 6 is when we'll talk about the South Atlantic Conference scoreboard. I think I mentioned we do it in the bottom of the 5th. We'll wait till the 6th inning here to do it as Gibson swings at a ball in the dirt, and it's strike 2. By then, we'll have some more games final in our slate. Potentially. No balls, 2 strikes on Aiden Gibson, who is 1 for 3 today. Next one home, breaking ball into the dirt, blocked by Wilson at the dish. And staying alive is Aiden Gibson, who has drew a walk in this game as well. That was back in his first plate appearance in the second. One-two set for Massengill. The pitch home. Fastball hit back up the middle, and the pitcher leaps up and snags it. He'll walk it over to the mound, or to the first baseman from the mound, and flip it for the final out of the inning. Carson-Newman threatens there in the frame. Luke Goforth pinch hit double, but he's stranded at second base in the 6th inning. Carson-Newman 8 and Anderson 1. Eagles ahead, trying to hold on to this lead here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
We mentioned Braxton Roberts was throwing down in the bullpen, and now he is in the game for Carson-Newman to pitch here in the 6th inning. So 5 innings is all Colton Casey will get in his 8th career start. And it's really 5 good innings once again from the freshman out of Benton, Tennessee. 5 innings of 5-hit ball, 1 run. It's an unearned run, no walks, and 6 strikeouts for the freshman. His day's over, and the Eagles turn to the bullpen to try to get the final 6 outs of this baseball game. Braxton Roberts to the mound for his 6th appearance and 2nd of the week. First pitch of the frame is a fastball high and inside to the batter to start the 6th inning, Ben Bullard, who is 2 for 2 off Kaysen in this baseball game, faces the reliever Roberts. Now here in the 6th inning, 1-0 is a fastball at the knees for a strike. That fastball clips the outer edge. Braxton Roberts has 3 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings, all of which that have been in the month of March. Breaking ball, and the appeal says Bullard did not go around. Tried to offer at a 75-mile-per-hour curveball, but held back, says our first base umpire, and it's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to start the 6th inning with Carson ahead by 7 runs, 8-1. Next one home. Roberts' fastball chopped to third. Gibson attacks it, fields it off 1 hop, throws across the diamond for the first down of the inning. Well done by Aiden Gibson to play the hops perfectly for the first out of the inning. So Carson-Newman, again, we talked about it earlier, trying to do something the program has not done since 2003, and that's sweep back-to-back conference opponents on the road. It's been 22 years, and the Eagles are 5 outs away from doing that as the 5-hitter Braden Owens stands in and takes ball 1 high. We'll look around the South Atlantic Conference through this inning as well as Roberts winds and delivers a 1-0 offering to Owens outside for ball 2. Emory and Henry wins 16-7 over Bluefield State, so the Wasps get a nice weekend with Bluefield State. They sweep them to get 3 victories in an out-of-conference contest. Next one home is a fastball from Roberts, inside and low for ball 3. Tusculum won the first game today with Morris Hill to take the series, but the Lions respond and sweep Tusculum win 3-0 to avoid the sweep. 3-0 the victory in the series finale for the Lions. Fastball high and inside. It's a 4-pitch walk to Braden Owens by Braxton Roberts. Just his 10th career walk and his first walk in the month of March. 1-out batter is Hudson Wilson.
Number 13, Hudson Wilson.
Elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference today, Lenore Ryan won 17-0 in the opener of the series, or of the doubleheader with UVA Wise, and the Bears then win 7-3 in the finale. Here's a ball hit to short, might be 2. Jenkins to second for 1. Nathan back to first. They pulled Goforth off the bag, and Goforth couldn't get the tag in time. It would have been the 6th double play by Carson-Newman's defense this weekend. Instead, the throw from Nathan back to first just barely pulled Goforth off the bag enough to allow Wilson to avoid the tag that Goforth tried to apply. So a fielder's choice takes Owens off the bases, and it puts Wilson now at first with 2 outs. Two outs, and getting hit in the helmet is a pinch hitter for Anderson. That was J.T. Carter, a reserve infielder. Came in to pinch hit for Shane Thomas and got drilled by the first pitch. So now Carson Molinaroli will stand in with 2 on and 2 out. 8-1 ball game in the 6th inning. 2 on, 2 out for Molinaroli, who's 2 for 1, or 1 for 2. The set for Roberts, and he pitches a fastball low for ball 1. Elsewhere in the league, so the Bears sweep the Cavaliers. Catawba won the first game today with Newberry 10-1, and the Indians have the lead in the series finale late in that contest as well. Right now the Indians are up 5-3 in the 7th as the next offering from Roberts is outside. Ball 2, 2 balls, no strikes. Wingate LMU playing a good one in what is a rubber match. The Splitters and Bulldogs competing in a weekend series in Wingate, North Carolina. 2-0 set for Roberts. His fastball in the inside corner is off the plate for a ball. Bulldogs and Splitters have played a competitive series so far this weekend. Actually having trouble finding the first game box score just to confirm that the Rail Splitters won that game. They're tied right now in the series finale at 8-all. Or 6-all, sorry, in the top of the 8th inning, so extra innings there. Bulldogs actually won the game earlier today, 11-5. So the Splitters trying to salvage a game in that series. The Bulldogs scored 4 runs of the final 2 frames to take down the Splitters there. They scored the game's first run, 5 runs of the game series as well. 3-0 from Roberts. Fastball down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Extra innings there between the Splitters and Bulldogs to decide how that series plays out. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 out in the 6th inning. Ground ball left side. It sneaks through. Base hit. Getting held is the runner at second base that was moving to third in Wilson. Smith fielded it cleanly, and by the time he fielded it, Wilson at third stopped. Would have been a bang-bang play depending on where the throw would have come in at. And so Braden Harrison comes to the plate in a 7-run game with the bases loaded against Braxton Roberts. So a hit by pitch and a single have loaded him up here for the Trojans on Molina Rowley's second base. And this ball gets away from Delgado and blocked to the side, and Anderson won't risk it trying to send a runner home. They'll just stay put. It got far enough away that the runner probably could have scored, but you don't want to run yourselves into an out here when you've got your top hitter in Braden Harrison at the plate, who's hitting above 370 for the year. Roberts into his windup, and here's the 1-0 home, and it's a swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball, a curveball. Breaks down in the zone to Harrison for a swinging strike 1. Roberts works from the windup with bases loaded and 2 outs in the 6th inning. 8-1 game. Roberts sees it hit back to the mound. He sprints up to get it. Delgado calls him off to throw to first, and the play is made. Nice job by Frankie Delgado. He called off Roberts and made a terrific throw up the line for the final out of the inning. Once again, the Trojans strand runners on base. They've done it quite often today. They've done it 9 times. 9 runners stranded through 6 innings for the Trojans. Eagles by 7, 8-1 as we head to the final inning from Anderson Memorial Stadium. 8-1 Eagles here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Carson-Newman by 7 runs, 8-1 as the Eagles come back to the plate trying to add on a couple of more runs as we head to our final inning of play from Anderson, South Carolina, and what has been really a competitive series. It might go down if Carson-Newman can hold on to this 7-run lead with 3 outs to get. it might go down as a sweep for CN, but this has been a competitive series, and certainly I think Anderson is a club more than capable of making a run as this conference season goes on. They've had an up and down stretch, but they've gone on a run here as of late in which they've won 6 of their last 9 conference games entering this weekend. So they've played some of their best baseball as of late, but they've just run into a hot Carson-Newman bunch that is trying in close to extending a winning streak to 7 games and 6 in a row away from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. It's been impressive what Tom Griffin's group has been able to do this season with what is a young roster. When you think about all the guys around the field today, there's only 3 starters in the 9-player lineup that are seniors, and interestingly enough as well, the Eagles have a lot of underclassmen in their batting order as well. And their top 2 pitchers, Ryan Higgins and Colton Kaysen, are sophomores and freshmen. This is a young team, but a young and talented group. And one of those young kids that's homered today, and Cole Nathan takes a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 8-1 game as we start the 7th inning. The set and pitch coming from Ashton Shackelford, who is on the mound now, and he gets a swing and a miss by Cole Nathan for strike 2. Shackelford's making his 6th appearance of the year, 4.9 ERA for the senior from Harris County High School, 6'2", 200 pounds. First appearance at 11 days for him. 0-2 set for the right-hander as he lifts and fires a breaking ball away for ball 1. This is a young Carson-Newman bunch that is eyeing its 13th win in conference play this season in 15 games. 1-2 set for Shackelford against Cole Nathan, the offering home, and he checks his swing on an inside fastball, and it dings off his bat foul. Eagles won 16 games in conference play all of last year, 15 in 2023, 12 in 2022, and are trying to get to the 13-win mark in the league with 3 outs left to get. 1-2. Breaking ball, foul tip into the mid of Wilson for strike 3 swinging. Nathan down swinging on strikes, but it doesn't take away from what is a 2-for-4 day for him. With his 2nd career home run, he's drove in 3 runs as well. One out in the 7th for Braxton Smith, who's making his 14th start of the year in game 29. Breaking ball is inside for a ball from Shackelford. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out in the 7th inning. Eagles ahead 8-1. Shackelford with his jersey swaying in the wind. Fires in a fastball at 86 miles per hour for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, and an 8-1 game in the 7th. The Eagles trying to close out back-to-back road sweeps in conference play for the first time since 2003. 1-1 set, breaking ball away, 2-1. First time in the Griffin era it would be a thing. Back-to-back road conference sweeps for CN. They got close in 2019 when they went to Anderson and lost by 1 in the series finale in 7 innings and then went and swept Queens the next weekend. But never has this group gone, not this specific group, but a Tom Griffin-led group gone on the road and secured back-to-back road conference sweeps. Not easy to do for any team in the league. For how competitive this South Atlantic Conference is, certainly Catawba has headlined the league because of what they've been able to do the last few seasons. Made a trip in the College World Series last year as Smith lines 1 down the right field line. This ball sinking in a hurry, and it drops in for extra bases down the right field line. Smith has hustling for second base, and he slides in there safely with a 1-out double. 2-hit day for Braxton Smith now. as he rips his second hit of the day down the right field line. Eagles have an 7th inning base runner on Braxton Smith's extra base hit. That's his second double of the year, 3rd extra base hit. The freshman now has 2 career multi-hit games this season. Started the year really hot. Got a lot of time in left field. Had base hits in 4 of his first 5 career games. And now in here in his 15th start, or 14th start, has a 2-hit day, his second career 2-hit day. And now Frankie Delgado stands to the plate and swings at a strike. Eagles have a couple of arms loosening. Looks like Evan Selich is the one more actively throwing right now. He might get the 7th for CN. Nothing in 1 set for the right-hander Shackelford with a runner at second. The pitch home, and Delgado chops it to short. Smith will take off for third. No play there. They'll go to 1 with it, and that's where Molina Rowley throws out Delgado on a 6-3 putout to bring Trey Miller to the plate with 2 away. Two outs for Trey Miller here in the 7th inning as Carson-Newman leads 8-1 in the top half of the 7th. Breaking ball away for ball 1. The Eagles have compiled 8 runs on 9 hits. Have just 1 error defensively in this game, but they've had a really good defensive weekend. It may go down with a weekend with 4 errors, but it's been a well-played and really good defensive effort by Tom Griffin's group in what is a big ballpark. Challenges the outfielders, the infield grass. Has made hops and on ground balls difficult to handle as well. 2-0 pitch on the way, and Miller pops it up, foul and right field line, and it eventually bounces on a 1-hop into the bullpen for Anderson for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. 7-run lead. Cole Nathan has a 3 RBI day with 2 hits. Braxton Smith has drove in 2 runs on 2 hits. Logan Floyd's got a home run, a solo shot for his only hit and RBI of the day. Tanner Kilgore, Ryan Jenkins have hits. Jenkins has 2 RBI. 3 different Eagles have multiple RBI today in this series finale as the 2-1 set for Shackelford, and he pitches to Miller, a high fastball at 85 for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike with Carson-Newman ahead by 7 runs. Looking for an 8-run lead as it heads to the bottom half of the frame, and time called by Miller. And he'll stand back in with a favorable 3-1 count. Three-one set. Fastball. Miller drives it to the gap in left center field. Extra bases for Trey as he's off to the races to score Smith. Rounding first is Miller. He sprints to second base and gets held there with a 2-out double. Trey's first hit of the series finale drives in his first run of the series finale, and it's 9-1 CN. Trey Miller drives in yet another run. That's his 26th RBI out of the 9-hole. He's only hit 1 time out of the 9 spot this season. He's at second for Ryan Jenkins, who stands in and takes a breaking ball away, and Miller sprints to third on the ball that gets away. Miller actually has batted out of the 9-hole twice this year. He batted 8th once and batted 2nd last weekend in the series finale with the Saints. Eagles have hit 2 home runs in this series finale. It's back-to-back games now with 2 homers. And it's just the 5th time this year they've hit multiple home runs in a baseball game. They only have 16 as a team now this year. Sometimes when they've hit it out of the park, they've done it collectively. 2-0 set for Shackelford against Jenkins is breaking balls away, 3-0. There's a strike from Shackelford. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one set. Foul ball back over top of the press box and out of play. Count is full. 3-2 on Ryan Jenkins, who's already drove in 2 runs and has a runner at third with 2 outs in the 7th. And he grounds one to third. On a couple of hops, it's fielded by Morrow as Thuraclass is in time, inning over. Another good inning, though, for Carson-Newman. It compiles 2 extra base hits to score its 9th run of the day. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the 7th. Eagles are 3 outs away from back-to-back road conference sweeps. Back for the 7th. Evan Selich to the mound for the Eagles when we come back to Anderson's Memorial Stadium after this.
You down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Eagles by 8 runs as Evan Selich heads to the mound for his 3rd appearance of the year. He had a really good effort not too long ago on the mound in his 2nd career appearance when he tossed 2 2/3 of scoreless baseball against Florida Southern to hold down a Mox batting order in that game that was really talented and feeling really good. So Selich to the mound for Carson-Newman with 3 career strikeouts for his 3rd career appearance with the Eagles. Up by 8 runs, and the inning starts with Kyle Kakamis taking outside for a ball. Next offering home is a line drive to right center field. This ball will dip in for a base hit, and that's Anderson's 7th hit of the ball game. Nice little rope into the right center field gap that time, and so the Trojans have a base runner, and Evan Selich's day might be over after 1 pitch. Yep, Jason White brought him in for the lefty-lefty matchup, and Carson-Newman will bring him out. New pitcher coming in for the Eagles, and we'll tell you who it is after this. Eagles by 8 runs. It's 9-1. Carson-Newman. Eagles bringing a new pitcher in when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Jeb Schuler comes into the game, and his first pitch in his relief appearance hits the three-hitter Morrow in the helmet. So Selich one pitch, base hit, and now Stover's hit by a breaking ball. And it's quickly first and second here in this seventh inning with nobody out for the Trojans. Trying to threaten and put some pressure on Carson-Newman as the first pitch to the cleanup batter Morrow is high and inside for a ball. Next offering. High and inside, 2-0. The Eagles still have some more activity down there in that bullpen as well. 2-0 set for Jeb Schuler. Inside fastball at the knees to Brooks Morrow for a strike. Trying to get the final three outs for Carson-Newman. Next one is inside and high. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one with first and second occupied. There's a strike. 1-2, or 3-2, with 2 on, nobody out in the ninth, or 7th inning, final inning of play. Three-two set for Schuler, and he hits Morrow. Now the bases are loaded. Here in the 7th inning, as Schuler has hit back-to-back batters, trying to slide in his breaking ball. It hits Morrow, so now the bases are loaded for Ben Bullard in a 9-1 game.
Ben Bullard.
Schuler in his last outing did not record an out and gave up a hit and 3 earned runs. And now Frankie Delgado will walk out and chat with Jeb as he gets ready to regroup here, and the Eagles again have activity down in the bullpen, and so we'll see maybe if they go back to somebody. It's Jackson Serrett throwing right now for Carson-Newman, and Brock Culpepper, who has been out with an injury at the start of this year, but is a guy with experience this year, and Jason White unfortunately will have to come back out of the bullpen. And Carson-Newman's going to make another pitching change here in this 7th inning. Third different pitcher for Carson-Newman. Trojans have loaded the bases up here in the 7th inning. There actually has not been an official signal to the bullpen. Nobody's come out of the bullpen yet, and there is the signal for the lefty. Jason White's going to the bullpen. Jackson Serrett into the game for Carson-Newman. We come back to Anderson, South Carolina after these messages. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
So Jackson Sarrett into the game now for Carson-Newman here in this 7th inning as the Eagles have struggled to get an out. They've sent Evan Selic, Jeb Schuler to the mound so far. The Eagles have not been able to secure an out in this 7th inning. So Jackson Sarrett is called upon. The junior from Knoxville for the 7th time this year will pitch with the bases loaded now and nobody out. Here's Ben Bullard. First pitch he sees from Sarrett is a fastball at the knees for a strike. Sarrett this year with a 7.2 earned run average, but it's really inflated because of one bad outing against Lee. At Lee, gave up 3 runs in that outing, and he recorded 1 out. But has 5 innings pitched this year and 2 wins as well. Here's the 0-1, fastball in the corner, strike 2. He has thrown back-to-back scoreless appearances on the mound this month as well. 8 career strikeouts and a career 4 ERA for the lefty that comes set, and the 0-2 home is a breaking ball. Swing and a miss on the slider. 3-pitch punch out of Ben Bullard here in the 7th inning. And now steps in is Braden Owens. Good work by Jackson Sarrett to get the first out of the inning. Now the Eagles are a double play from a series sweep of Anderson. Pitch home is a strike. To Braden Owens. Owens is 0 for 1 today. He has walked in his efforts so far at the plate. Next offering home is a high fly ball to left field. Braxton Smith is after it near the left field line. Makes the catch. Tagging and scoring will be the runner from third. And it's Kakamis coming around to score 9-2. The score now. Anderson gets back on the board. And there's now 2 outs. Sarrett has the Eagles an out away from a sweep.
Listen.
High fly ball in the infield. This might do it. Right side, Cole Nathan calls for it, makes the catch. Series sweep for CN. They take care of business on the road in Anderson, South Carolina, and Tom Griffin's team, for the first time in 22 years, has a series sweep in consecutive weekends in South Atlantic Conference play. Final score from Anderson Memorial Stadium, 8-2 Eagles take the series 9-2 in 7 innings of the series finale. Carson-Newman sweeps Anderson and improves to 23-6 overall. The Eagles maintain first place in the league and are 13-2 on the year. Carson-Newman's win streak moves to 7 in a row, and their conference winning streaks at 7 games and their road winning streaks at 6. Eagles